Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the first episode of 2024. My name is Randall. With me, as always, my boy LJ and the OG dad himself. Man, y'all go ahead and say what up to these listeners, man.
What's
What
up? What's
up?
up?
All right, everybody. Now, welcome back. Now, welcome back. Hopefully, y'all enjoy the holidays. We took a little break. Now we back and we ready to get this thing popping. So we're gonna start off with this. We're gonna start off with some football because over the holidays, especially college football, a whole bunch of stuff started happening. And since me and LJ stay in Alabama, where college football is pretty much the biggest sport in the state, we got to talk about it. So, Dad, since you are the expert with the football and the college stuff, what's your take on it? What you think? The committee. Let's start with the committee first. What you think about the committee making the top four picks and the five and
Okay,
six picks?
okay. So in the end, the committee was right. They don't look bad at all.
Right, right.
But my thing is that Florida State deserved to get blown out in the playoffs.
LJ was telling me this. He was telling me before you went on. He was telling me because when I told him like, bro, Florida State committee was right, but he was like a lot of people went in the portal and they ain't have a lot of their starters. I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
They had 27 starters go into the portal. That was the most
Yes.
by any team that had any people even go to the portal.
Now, if they were in the playoffs, they would not went to the portal then.
Right.
Right.
So the committee was like, committee didn't care what happened to Florida State, and they got drugged, lost by 60, biggest loss in bowl history. Florida State, I mean, I guess they don't deserve it, but they played like they deserved it. So
Right.
it is what it is. But yeah, Washington make it to the big game. I kind of saw that the way Washington played all year. They played great all year. So, and Michael Penix just showed why he was a Heisman candidate.
Right.
And Michigan just spanked. The Michigan was way more talented than this year's Alabama team. This year's Alabama team was not a great Alabama team.
You right. 100%. I was telling
They
you
were
that.
not. And I stand 10 toes down that Auburn should have beat them.
Here's the thing. Before if LJ got to say something, here's the thing. We should 100% beat them. If I'm not mistaken, we should have beat them by maybe either 2 touchdowns or a field goal. We choked last second, in that very last play that he threw was the luckiest catch in all of college football this year. That's the only reason why they won. But that's just what I think. And me and LJ were going back and forth about Auburn anyways because they lost the bowl game to Eastern Michigan. If I'm no, that was South.
No, Maryland.
To Maryland. So yeah, me and LJ were going back and forth about that one. We was yeah. So
South was the one that faced Eastern
Eastern
Michigan,
Michigan, yeah.
and
And
beat them. Which, may I say, if a ball game takes place in your home state, in your home city, in your own stadium, you should not be allowed into that bowl game. That's all I'm gonna say. Because that didn't make no sense. Because it was just legitimately a home game for South. It was just
Right.
another game for South. And then, I mean, there was no point. They didn't have to travel. They didn't have to get ready.
none.
You know, all these organizations was giving them food. They didn't have to pay for nothing for like 2 weeks straight. So I mean, which is not different. It's not. I'm not saying that they don't already get people to come and give them money anyway. I'm just saying they was like, y'all really have to win this bowl game because it's here at your stadium. So
Mm-hmm. So let me ask y'all this: the Michigan stuff. How y'all feel about that? Cause they got 2 investigations going on, and I got a feeling. I was telling LJ this day. I got a feeling that Michigan gonna win it all just because of all these scandals that they got going on. So that, and then I'm gonna ask, and then LJ, you go after that. What's your thoughts on what's going on with Michigan right now?
Um, that's Michigan's going to win the national title. That's my feeling. Washington will have to play perfect, in order for not to win. For in order to win, and
Right.
that Michigan defense, you don't play perfect against them. You just don't. The Connor Stallion situation, I think, was a very petty situation. Like, because it's coming out more and more that Ohio State was stealing signs lately, and like everybody's stealing signs. They just wanted they wanted Harbaugh to be labeled as something because Harbaugh's gone after this year. Harbaugh's going back to the NFL. Probably going to coach my Commanders. So.
Right.
But like they just want to put a stain on his legacy, and he's going to win, and he's going to do like, if he wins, he needs to go. He needs to have the end of that. There was a Jay-Z song back in the day. The end will go always goes. What more can I say? So he just stand up and hold his trophy and be like he because he was remember he was on his way out 2 years ago because he couldn't beat Ohio State.
I remember.
And
that.
now in the last 2 years he been stopping them. And Ryan Day's talking about they're gonna fire him because of that. So
Yeah, he been saying for the longest that he want to go back to the NFL. 'Cause I remember.
yeah,
Cause I think
So he's gone.
he had an interview with a team, but they ain't picked him. And he came back inside a contract with
they interviewed the Vikings. And
Yeah.
Vikings made him an offer, but I think Michigan up there like they changed money around to give him more money that year.
Right.
So he was like, I'll go back.
LJ, what's your thoughts about what's going on with Michigan?
I mean, as their quarterback had said after they beat Alabama, everybody still signs. It's just for some reason they are the ones getting persecuted for it for some reason
Yeah.
this year. And it's honestly, it just sounds like to me they just want to get rid of Harbaugh. Somebody does. I'm not sure who. Because some of it, I feel like some of it is because Michigan wants to get rid of him. Some of it is the NCAA wants to get rid of him. Some of it is their conference wants to get rid of him. I don't know what it is or who it is that's really masterminding this, trying to get him out. But that's fine. He goes to the NFL. He go coach the team because they already rumors that he's getting. It's gonna be him. He's gonna take Auburn's running back coach. He's taking the Alabama coach. He's taking one of his assistants, and I forgot some other names he's that they done dropped saying that he's going to take with him from different teams around the country.
Right.
They say it's going to be like mostly it might be a mostly college team or a college coach team. So
Right.
that'll be interesting to see how that ends up going. But I mean, Michigan proved themselves. I mean, they beat Alabama. Everybody thought that Alabama should have beat them and beat them down for some reason. I'm not really sure why they thought Alabama would beat them down. I thought it was going to be as close as it was. It was always, to me, was going to always be a close game. Nobody was going to get beat down unless just somebody just did not show up. So, like, if J.J. McCarthy didn't show up again, that was the only way that was going to be a beatdown game, in my opinion. So,
I got you. Here's my thing about it. Something has to happen. Let me get close to the mic. Something has to happen because this just came out the blue. And once the rumors came around saying that he was thinking about leaving for the NFL, because let's be honest, he never wanted to leave the NFL. He only left the NFL because of that Colin Kaepernick scandal and stuff like that. And once
He wasn't there for Colin Kaepernick.
he was,
He was not there. Chip Kelly was. Chip Kelly was the Niners coach
okay.
there.
I was tripping it. But anyway, he didn't want to leave NFL. Period. So
No, he didn't.
So I don't. Well, if that was the reason, I don't know why. Well, I don't know why.
No, because he got pushed out because Jim Harbaugh, and it kind of piggybacks off of what LJ said. Jim Harbaugh has a way of pushing people's buttons in the organization. So the Niners wanted him out, even though he was winning. The Niners wanted him out, and the same thing that's going on in Michigan. Like Michigan wants him out, but they can't push him out because they're winning.
Right.
So it's like the fastest way to lose your fans is a fire the guy who wins.
Right.
So now if
Yeah.
the NFL team just picks him up, they say, hey, he left us. You
I'm
know,
I'm
Right.
pretty sure they're gonna pick him up because a lot of head coach I think it's 5 NFL teams that's looking for a head coach, maybe more.
well, Monday is going to be is referred to as Black Monday, where like
Everybody get
all the
fired.
coaches get fired. So
Right.
it's a bunch of coaches that's probably going to be gone this year.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he yeah, because he I think he even said in an interview that he don't want to do college football for too long, but I already knew he don't want to do college football. That man loved coaching the NFL, and when he came to Michigan, I already see in his eyes he like I'm just gonna chill here for a couple years, wait till everything blows over at the NFL, then I'm gonna prove myself here, and then I'm gonna wait till one of these coaches uh come with a losing record, and he gonna sneak his way back in there. So I'm pretty sure, like you said, that this is gonna be his last year at Michigan, and he probably gonna win the I say tournament. Yeah, he probably gonna win the championship. I can already see it. But this not this don't got nothing to do with basketball. When I say basketball, it don't got nothing to do with college football, but it do have something to do with basketball because this team been blowing up ever since the in season tournament, and it's not for a good reason. So the Lakers, what do y'all think is going on with the Lakers?
They need to get rid of Cam Reddish, uh,
Because I think they went
D'Angelo
too.
Russell, and the other shooting guard. I can't think of his name.
I think I know what you're talking
I
about.
can't
Austin
think of.
Reeves.
No,
No,
no, they need to keep him.
it's another one. Maybe not shooting guard, but he hasn't scored any points. It's like Cam Reddish
Oh no, you talking
played
about he
for.
played yesterday he played like 28, 30 minutes. He ain't scored no points.
Right, yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
and it don't make no sense that you play that many amount of minutes and you ain't making no points. They
And they
need
ain't
to
bench him.
right. They need to actually get a point guard. Like D'Angelo is a alright point guard,
Right.
but you saw in the fight or in the Western Conference Finals or Eastern Conference, whatever conference they in, you saw in the finals that he can't shoot, and he can have his games. Sure, he can have his games, but he still can't shoot. Uh, and they really don't have shooters anyway. And for as long, and we already know the blueprint of how LeBron James wins. LeBron James wins as long as his body holds up. He wins by having a whole bunch of shooters around him being able to hit the paint, and then once he gets in there and they collapse, he finds the open shooter and they shoot. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like anybody's really shooting, or nobody can shoot on that team right now.
Right.
So I don't know. They need to, before the trade deadline hits, they need to go find them a shooter. They need to go find them an actual point guard, and they need to actually seriously think about. Well, I think Western College's contract comes up after this year.
Okay.
LeBron James.
LeBron. Yeah.
Yeah, I think his contract ends after this year, which is going to be interesting. And I say this is because the whole concept of wherever Bronny goes, LeBron James was going to go, right?
Right.
I don't think Bronny's leaving USC this year due to the fact that he's hardly getting any plays. Well, he getting playing time, but not a lot.
No, he's getting PT.
But he also had that whole scenario where he fell out,
The heart.
right?
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
right. So they still working about that. So I think he's gonna stay at USC for another year, just because even I don't think nobody would draft him under those conditions. I don't think so.
Right.
Maybe I might be wrong about that, but not currently. I don't think anybody would draft him under those conditions. So it would be smart for him to do another year at USC, get his drop stuff back up, and then he'll get
So
NBA.
let me say this. College basketball is completely different when it comes to drafting than the NFL, or hockey or any other sport, baseball. You could be on the bench and still be a lotto pick in college basketball.
Right.
As long as you go on in there and you show the potential, because NBA NBA draft is really more potential based than anything because they don't have much time in college, or the G League or even overseas. They don't have much time. You go by what you see as potential. So, Bronny, I think Bronny's leaving. Like, I don't think Bronny has any business staying an extra year. So,
Here's my thing. It was a little theory going around. This is like the funniest theory though. So they were saying, this the theory. They were saying the reason why the Orlando Magic is so good right now is because that they know that Bronny is not going to leave this year. So, because they said that because LeBron said if Bronny, I think at the time the Magic was garbage, and he was like, bro, if Bronny get picked to the Orlando Magics, I'm not playing for him. So they were like, well, since they heard that, they were like, the Magic are getting good this year. So next year they're gonna be hot garbage, so they can pick up Bronny in hopes to get a little LeBron. I was like, bro, that's like the craziest theory, but I just found it funny because I'm like, yeah, the Orlando Magic just got good out of nowhere. I just want to share that with y'all. But here's my thing. To be honest with y'all, the Lakers do not like the head coach. They word on the street, word in the locker room, all over Twitter, all these I forgot their names. I had a brain for it, but everybody the reporters, I'm sorry, they were saying that in the locker room, the players do not respect the head coach. They've been trying to get him out the locker room for the longest. They saying LeBron don't like him. I saw some TikToks. And if you see the TikToks, LeBron be taking a clipboard for him, and he be drawing up plays, and the head coach should be looking at him. They saying that LeBron just be talking all types of ways to the head coach. He don't be saying nothing to him. So
LeBron's been doing that to head coaches since he got in the league. So I mean, that ain't
I
nothing
was
new.
about to say,
yeah,
like that's a LeBron thing. LeBron never liked any coach he ever had. Like even Eric Spoelstra, who like you didn't like him.
This is his best coach. That
was,
is
yeah.
his best
Eric
coach that he's
Spoelstra
ever
was his
been
best
with.
coach.
because he know.
But every coach, outside Eric Spoelstra, every coach that LeBron had, he got fired. So it's like, Ty, he left before Ty Lue got fired. What was the coach before here? He was like German.
David Blatt.
It's
He
the,
got
I
David
don't
Blatt
know.
fired. He got
he pretty like
both Lakers coach fired.
Yeah.
Before this one. Tyronn Lue survived, but that's because he left before then. You're right. So, with that being said, there's also a situation going on with the Warriors and them losing faith in Steve Kerr.
That would be the
Can
that
we
was
just
about to be
switch
the next.
coaches? Because
Now
can we
that
just
was
switch
the,
coaches?
that was the next topic after this one, because I was about to ask y'all how y'all feel about the Warrior dynasty falling this year, because Self is pissed off right now. And I don't know what the Warriors got going on. People saying it's the Chris Paul curse, which to be honest with y'all, I think it is. But that was the next topic. How y'all feel about the
Y'all to
Warriors?
leave my boy Chris Paul alone.
I
He
mean,
already ain't gonna
I'm
get a
just saying,
championship.
ever
Just
since
leave
he
the
got
man
over
alone.
there, everything been down here ever since he
He's
got
not
there.
even.
No.
He's not even a key person on that team.
But
He
how,
just
but
there.
how y'all feel? How y'all feel about what's going on
So
with the Warriors?
as the growing up Warrior fan over here,
And it's near your area too. That
yeah, I grew up being a Warrior fan from Rum TMC days. You don't know who that is, kids? Look it up. What I'm gonna say is this: Steve Kerr is not the problem. Father Time is the problem. Draymond Green not being able to control his body movements is the problem.
yeah, I don't know what he got going on this year.
He's been suspended twice, and this time he lost 18 games, and now he's been reinstated, but needs like a week or two to get back in game shape. Get the out of here.
Right.
Like, Klay Thompson just woke up and realized he can still shoot. He just
That's
woke up.
been weird. The Klay Thompson not being able to shoot is weird. to me.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Ever since he had that injury, tore ACL, whatever, he haven't been the same since. He been scared to shoot
No.
ever since then.
No, he was scared to play defense ever since. He ain't been scared to shoot, but he's been scared to play defense.
Right.
But like he just remembered, like literally just remember, oh, I'm Klay Thompson. I can hit this.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on with him. Yeah, this ain't. Yeah, he just scared. I don't know what's going on this year.
But that being said, I'm not saying the Warriors are cooked, but the dynasty is done.
You think
Unless something drastic happens, like a big trade or something like that, because it's time to get rid of Draymond.
They just gave him all that money.
I was say, didn't they kind of renew his contract?
Yeah, that was more of like a thank you contract, if anything.
Right.
People who want to come at me later, don't say, well, they chose Jordan Poole over. They chose him over Jordan Poole. Look at Jordan Poole now.
Jordan Poole is ass. I'm sorry.
Jordan Poole. No. Let me tell you something. This is the Steph Curry effect. This man he had a fresh fade, that smile. That man was dancing. He loved Golden State. That man went to Washington D.C. That man got this old school fro, and he looked miserable. That man missed San Francisco. He just playing like that in hopes of them trading him back, like they did.
So there's an analytical number, right? And it's the plus minus, like how well you're on the court and stuff like that,
right.
How many points you give up and all that stuff. There are 520 players who played in the NBA this season. 520. Jordan Poole is currently dead last with a plus minus of minus 342.
Wait a minute. He last?
Right. Dead last. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, dead last.
Yeah, I see it. Yep, dead last and plus, yeah,
plus minus.
God dog Jordan Poole.
He's trash. I don't know what more y'all want.
Here's the thing about Jordan Poole, and I called it when they won. Was it 2 years ago when they won? Yeah, 2 years ago because Denver won last year. Jordan Poole came out of nowhere. I ain't heard about him when the season started. I ain't hear about him after the All Stars when usually some new talent spark up. I ain't hear him after that. Only way I started hearing about Jordan Poole is when the playoff season starts. Every year, because it always happened. A couple years, I think the year before, it was Tyler Hero that mysteriously came out of nowhere. That's been good during the playoffs. After Tyler Hero, it was Austin Reeves last year. Yeah, last year came out of nowhere, been good. The year before that is Jordan Poole. He came out of nowhere during the playoffs and started being an amazing player. And then once that happened, he got to his head, and then it just all hell broke loose right there, and he just That's what going on with Jordan Poole. He just let that thing get to his head too quick, and he tried to be Steph Curry 2.0, and Steph was like, we're not gonna do that.
Hey, that's all. Like I said, that's all on him.
But we'll see.
He should have realized what his role was.
Yeah,
he knew his role was to sit up and just play, not no goddamn nothing. I'll be quiet.
You hold on. It sounds some hatred right there.
No, it's not no hatred. It's just you should have known what your role was. Right. You had it made. You had you could have kept making championship. All you had to do was to shut up and hit a couple of points when they need you to hit a couple of points, or take over the game, because you could do that because you was on the court with Steph and Clay, and everybody gonna consider Steph and Clay the problem.
Right.
That's all you had to do. But that isn't what you did. What you did was say that I'm the new face. I'm the guy now. Y'all need to listen to me because y'all get no. Which they were getting no, but you wasn't doing anything anyway, for real.
Right.
But not without their help. So, I mean, you don't shoot a gifted horse in the mouth when you making money from it. I'm just saying.
Well, that was one of the most wildest analogies you just said.
I mean,
yeah, I understand though. But we'll see, cause a lot of people saying that they, not a lot of people, but a couple people on Twitter are saying, like 2 or 3 people, saying that the reason why the Golden State Warriors are garbage this year is because to boost up their draft ratings, so they can get like a number 1 draft pick or get somebody to help stuff out. That's what they saying.
Just like the year they lost everybody,
Yeah, they trying to
and they was
rebuild pretty much. How true that is, I don't know, cause a lot of teams do that. A lot of teams was good one year and then out of nowhere they start being garbage just because they just want to increase their chances of getting like a number 1 pick or a number 5 pick in the draft next year or the following year.
if the Lakers need to start rebuilding because to be honest with you, AD is not the answer because AD get too hurt. So
Right.
you either need to rebuild with Austin Reeves and Rue Hachimaru, Hachimaru, uh, and you need to trade AD to go find you another superstar, and you hope AR becomes a superstar himself, or at least an all star. And you may, this sounds crazy because I'm a LeBron James fan, but you may want to think about trading LeBron to see what you can get for him.
We'll see. I know
That'd
a
be
lot.
crazy.
They gotta
But
do a lot of team building. I know that for a fact, but we'll see.
I wouldn't even worry about trying to get back to the finals for a minute or to the NBA finals.
You're right. Now let's go back into NFL. And Dad got an important topic, but we're gonna say that for last. So the NFL, Dad, I need your take, and LJ, you go after Dad. Today marks the last regular season game. Tell me this, Dad. Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, number 1 pick, the sorriest record in the league. The other one, making Houston go into the playoffs. What you take, Dad? Talk to me.
So let me grab the mic for this.
Oh snap! Oh,
Let me grab the
snap.
mic for this.
And he's breaking stuff. I just want y'all to know that.
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
yeah. The light fell, but we good for right now.
Talk to him. Talk to the folks, Dad. What you
So
think?
let
What
me
you
say
think?
this,
What you think,
and
Dad?
I just want to make sure
The
I am
number
being
1
heard
draft
clearly.
pick. The number 1 draft pick. The sorriest record in the league. And C.J. Stroud, I think he was number 3 or 2. I forgot. Bringing Houston to their first playoff in a minute. Talk to me. What you think?
So here's the thing. I want to make sure I'm heard when I say this. The Bears finessed the Carolina Panthers.
They did with that trade. They did.
The Bears completely finessed them. And what's funny is that the opposite happened with the Texans. The Texans made sure they had weapons around C.J. Stroud. Because not only do they have Nico Collins, they had Tank Dell, who was a beast this year until he got hurt. You know, I can't remember who the tight end is. I think it's Dalton. Dalton Schwartz, I think it's his tight end, who's catching everything. Lions picking things up. They set themselves up for success. Carolina's like, let's just get in the headlines, take this number 1 pick. We're going to be good. Trade DJ Moore? Sure. We'll take away the only weapon he can have. Let's just do that. Carolina is going to be bad for years. And I want to say this right now. It is not Bryce Young's fault. The man has no talent around him. They fired their coach already mid-season. It's not going to be his fault, but people are going to blame him. And they can compare him to C.J. Stroud, who has talent around him. All kinds of talent around him. So, and I'm not even a Bryce Young fan, but I see with bad organizations due to franchise quarterbacks, and this is just crazy to me. And Sam Howell just threw another interception. Great job. Anyway.
Man, matter of fact, since we are live right now and the game is going on, how do y'all feel about the Eagles benching Jalen Hurts for Marcus Mariota?
Why would you play? Like, they're already getting beat. The Cowboy, they no, and you
Didn't
see
they
the
bench
score
him
right
after
now.
they got AJ Brown got hurt?
Ooh,
Yeah, I
I
think
think
so.
so.
Yeah, after
That's why
AJ
they
Brown
Was
got
benched
it? I
him.
think it was after
The
the.
AJ Brown got hurt, and they said, "Oh heck, no, we're not losing nobody else."
I
That's
yeah,
think
exactly
so.
why they
Yeah, I
benched
think
him.
so.
Then
Yeah.
yeah.
you have your answer right
Cause I
there.
forget no, cause no reason why. Cause I just remember you right because once he got hurt, they scored a touchdown. I was like, damn, they benched him because they scored a touchdown. And then you
No.
just said AJ Brown got hurt. I like, wait a minute, the playoffs is a couple weeks. AJ Brown
Next
got
week.
hurt. I was like, oh yeah, that's probably the reason why they benched him.
That's exactly why they missed. And
That's
they
exactly
look
why.
up and see the scoreboard. They see the at the time the Cowboys were up 21-10
Right.
on the Commanders, so they're not going to win the division. So I bench them too.
Hey,
They
nah,
don't need
that's
to get
kind
him
of
hurt.
smart though. Once AJ Brown got hurt, they were like, "Yeah, bro, yeah, you done for the day. You ain't finna get
Yeah.
hurt. Now you done for the day." But yeah, that
Like we
kind
might be back, we might not be playing well right now, but we can get it maybe back up and pop it back.
nah, I don't. Yeah, they gonna yeah. If AJ Brown hurt, they gonna be like, we just gonna give them game. We just gonna give them this game because we ain't finna risk Hurts getting hurt either. That I just not thought about that because I was like, damn, AJ Brown did get hurt in the playoffs start next week. They said we ain't for the risk it. But my fault, Dad. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that like that's the whole thing. Like you just, I would have benched him too. Like once you saw the Cowboys were up by a lot and there's no need for you to play like you're not gonna win the division. So that's pretty much it. And Washington play it smart. They're taking for number 2. So because if the Bears get the number 1 pick, unless they get that King's ransom for the number 1, which they probably will, they're going to take somebody else. They're not going to take Caleb because the way Fields turned it around, it's looking pretty good for him. So they might take Marvin Harrison. They might take an O-lineman. But Caleb might be a commander. And if that ain't my 2 worlds making me happy, I don't know what is.
I'm about to say who in the NFL need a QB right now?
Washington. There's tons of teams that be QBs. You got the, don't top of my head, Washington, the Giants.
Oh yeah, the Giants.
The Vikings.
They do need one.
After
The Giants
paying
not-
Danny Dimes all that money, yeah.
Tons of teams. I'm going through every team I can tell you who needs a quarterback right now. Because I have it in front of my. Denver's going to need a quarterback.
Here's the thing about Denver.
Oh,
They did. I don't know what's going
Randall,
on.
no. I know you want to stick up for your boy. I know you do. I want to stick up for him too. But you have to say that we should have known him and I can't think of the head coach
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton.
were not going to ever get along. They just were not going to ever get along. We should have known that from the beginning. They were not going to get along. They was always going to have problems. That is what has happened. You see it. He needs to go somewhere where he can play out the last of his days because he's no longer the quarterback that we know of him as. Maybe he can get back with Seattle or some other coach that has a good system.
He ain't going to Seattle.
I know he's not going back to Seattle.
Gino got that on lock. He ain't going back to Seattle.
No, I'm not going to worry about that one. He going to have to go somewhere else, right? He going to have to find somebody to take.
So I want to make it clear.
Give him a chance.
Russell Wilson was not having a bad year though.
Yeah, he
I want to make that
was-
clear.
Yeah.
He wasn't. He was not having a bad year. But
No.
when there was a problem, who was the one that got the face of it? It was him. Did he make some really bad throws in some critical moments? Yes. Did the team make some really bad plays in some critical moments? Yes. But guess what? That's not Sean Payton guy. That wasn't his guy when he got there. He wants to get a guy. He's going to get a guy in the draft, or maybe try to trade for one. Who knows?
Yeah, because they
Okay.
were
All I
beefing.
know is that it's not Russell.
Yeah, because they were
Russell might
beefing.
just needs to go home to Sierra and stay home with her.
Now he got a
That's
couple
not a
more
bad
years.
gig.
He
It's
got
not a bad gig.
he got a couple more years, but to be honest with you, they was beefing because apparently when Sean Payton came in, they were like, "Why on earth does Russell got a office in an arena?" And they were like, "Yeah, we're not gonna have that." And he got pissed off at Russell because Russell was like, "You not taking my office?" And yeah, I'll,
Let me tell you the team that need a quarterback in this draft.
go
Real quick.
ahead. Go ahead, because I
Um,
about to have an emotional rant about Russell Wilson.
the Patriots,
Ooh, I
and
forgot
we're
about
talking
them.
The
we're talking
Patriots
about
need a head coach.
yeah, because Bill Belichick's going to go to the Chargers, in my opinion. The Patriots, and I'm talking about stability at quarterback. So, the Patriots, the Steelers, um, you can say the Titans, but not really. The Broncos, the Raiders. Let's see, the Commanders, the Giants,
Excuse me.
the Vikings next year,
Mm.
because Kirk Cousins is a free agent.
I would pick the Vikings this year because I'd be tired of Kirk Cousins anyway. So that's just me.
Kirk Cousins gets a bad rap because his stats be empty sometimes, but like you see the difference when he's there and when he's not.
Yeah, sure.
The Falcons, I would say the Saints and the Buccaneers, but like Mayfield's actually been playing pretty good this season. So and also the Rams and I would say the Cardinals are good for now. But yeah, those are teams I think they need more stability at quarterback. So and this draft is full of quarterbacks, so it's wide open.
It sure is. It sure
Uh,
is.
so so, and we probably talk about this later when it gets close to drafts. Yeah, draft time. But do y'all believe that what's is no longer the number one pick, and the number one pick is now Penix Jr.,
Talking about
the
Caleb Williams.
USC quarterback?
No,
Yeah.
Caleb's definitely
Yeah.
Caleb. Phoenix is like 29 years old or something like that. He's like 20.
Is he?
He's like 26, 25, 26. Yeah. Phoenix been in college football for like 7, 8 years.
So in other words, another Bo Nick situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Bo Nix ain't so high up in the list.
Well, there was a recent list I saw, and they had Caleb Williams going as the fourth quarterback off the board. They had Drake Mayo
That
first.
whoever did that was a hater.
Here's
It
my
was
thing.
it
The
was Drake
reason
Mayo, Penix, Bo Nix, and then him.
here's my thing. The reason why he may not be number one, and they was going back and forth about this over the holiday, is because of who may get the first draft pick or who may get the first pick, and they were saying that whoever get the first pick possibly doesn't need a QB, so that's why they say he may not be like high up in the QB rankings.
But I
Everybody,
think
I mean, in a
should make a trade for him.
yeah. Everybody know that he probably if a team needed, let's say it was a brand spanking new team. We all know for a fact Caleb Williams will probably be number one. We know that for a fact. But depending on who get the first draft pick, they may not need a QB. So
The Bears have it. They're locked in.
the Bears
The
locked
Bears are
in.
locked
So
in at number
so
one.
yeah, he may not go to the Bears, or the Bears may not pick him because they really
I
probably
doubt that because they do not feel like I don't. From what I hear about that Justin Fields situation, they do
now
not
here's
like
the
him no
thing.
more.
If
But okay,
Go ahead,
LJ,
Dad,
your
go
thing,
ahead, Dad,
your
go ahead.
thing. Sorry, Randall.
No,
Your thing
you
is
good.
if you're talking about the first 4 weeks of the season, yes, Justin Fields was out of there. But once he came back from injury, he's been balling out of control. The fans, once they clinched the number one seed like 2 weeks ago, the fans started screaming, "We want Fields! We want Fields!"
Yeah, I remember. That's why I said he may not his ratings or rankings may be low because whoever you said the Bears the Bears really don't need a QB, and then if they do get Caleb, it's gonna be a battle between him and Fields, and I'm pretty sure either one of them probably gonna try to get traded because they gonna want to start regardless. And Fields not he been putting up good numbers like Dad said when he came back he been putting up good numbers, but But that was what a lot of people going back and forth about. They were like, Caleb Williams should be number one, but like Dad said, since the Bears got it, they may not pick him because they already got a good QB. They don't want to have two QBs and cause tension, in the locker room and stuff like that. So,
Right.
so it,
I can see the New England Patriots giving him a king's ransom to get the number one pick from the Bears.
mm,
And I'm not just talking about the number one pick. I'm talking about the number one QB off the board. Is
yeah, it
he
should
the
be
number
yeah, it
one
should be
QB
Caleb
off the
Williams.
board?
Yeah.
Caleb Williams number one QB on the board. Like with the period on it, exclamation point. Like
So
there's
will
no.
y'all be surprised if he isn't though?
The
Oh,
only-
the GM that picks somebody another quarterback before him should be fired immediately,
here's the thing.
expeditiously.
The only way, and I will say this, the only possible way Bo Nix will get picked first before
I don't think it would be Bo Nix. If it's either between Penix and what's it called. Those are the two, in my opinion.
Right.
Those are the two top quarterbacks.
But the Bo Nix lately been having so much hype because the whole Oregon Bowl game was basically a goodbye Bo Nix ceremony, basically. Cause y'all know me, I watched that because y'all know how my hatred toward Bo, but but from start to finish, it was a Bo Nix send off, and I just got a feeling that the NFL for some reason they gonna try to make Bo Nix, and this is a reach. I'm gonna say it because that's how they treat him in college football. They gonna try to treat him how they do Tom Brady, the golden child of NFL. Cause this man was doing interviews left and right during the offseason. I'm like, bro, you ain't even win a Heisman. Caleb ain't even doing interviews like you. This man was on ESPN with a suit and tie, going over game footage of college teams that beat him. I'm like, why are you even doing this? You see what I'm saying? So I feel like that's how the NFL gonna treat Bo. They're gonna treat Bo like the new golden child. That's just my opinion. And my opinion is I'm 100% hating, and I don't care what y'all say. I'm just saying, not y'all, but the people.
As long as you realize you are hating just a bit.
I just want to say that. But Dad,
And hold on, while we're on the subject, real quick, I want to throw something out there.
yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say it. Drake May is the annual Great White Hope at quarterback. Every year you get one.
Right.
You get from your Carson Wentz and Jared Goffs to just anybody. They just want because he has good fundamentals. He really went in North Carolina. Sam Howell was winning over there too. He took the Sam Howell's team and won one year, but the next year he couldn't win that. I'm not sold on Drake May, and I personally would stay 50 feet from him. But that's just me though.
Yeah, it sounds like you got some hatred towards him.
Right.
It's just the hype he's getting, like he's an elite quarterback coming out of college. He's not.
See, that's my thing with Bo Nix.
Well, Randall, he is kind of elite quarterback.
Put
He
that
was
man-
in the-
Bo Nix was winning though. That's the
Put
problem.
that
Bo Nix
man-
was winning.
Put that man back in the SEC.
Put him back with the Arbor team that they might be getting in the next year or two. Yes, he probably could win
You right.
because we done flipped about five-star wide receivers for some unknown reason. I don't know why we have so many wide receivers coming to us because we still ain't got no quarterback. But that's another story for another day.
Hey, I told you this, and Dad, we finna get on your topic that you want us to talk about. I told you this, LJ. As long as we are in the SEC, we are not finna get no quarterback.
We can't go nowhere else, Randall.
I know we can't go
So-
nowhere else, but I'm just saying. You said we need a quarterback. That's dead. We not finna get no quarterback as long as we in the SEC. Cause now we got Texas coming over, Oklahoma coming over. We are not finna get no
I'm
quarterback.
still holding out hope. We'll see what happens. He said he's going to stay, but I want to see what happens after year two.
Right.
with what's Peyton what's his name? He's the Manning at Texas.
Art Manning.
Archie Manning. Yo,
Yeah.
I want to see what happens with him, and the only reason I say that is because he's staying another year. That's cool. Okay, he's gonna have 2 more years to play. Uh, After I think Quinn Ewers is coming back, I think this gonna be his final season. I feel like he been in college football for a minute.
Feels like it.
Uh, and then
COVID
they,
messed everything up because they added like
it
an
did.
extra year to put the
And
players.
then Texas also have this black quarterback who I think is a sophomore or a junior, and he's number 2, and Archie Manning number 3.
Mm-hmm.
So if it stays like that, if I was Arch Manning, I'll be like, okay, it doesn't look like I'm gonna really get to play. I don't agree that these guys are better than me. He can't say that about Quinn Ewers because Quinn Ewers, I won't say he's better than him, but way more developed. I'm not sure about the black guy. I only seen him for like one game, I think. So with that being said, if I was Auburn, I'd be trying to get into his head a little bit and be like, hey, we need a quarterback. Why don't you come down here with us and come play with us for a little bit?
We'll see. But like I told you, as long as we staying in the SEC and we getting Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC, we are not finna get no good quarterbacks anytime soon unless that NIL money hits for Auburn. And we have
I mean, obviously we hitting for wide receivers because, like I said, we done got the wide receiver from Saraland that was everybody was gushing about. We done got the other wide receiver from up in Hoover, I think, Alabama.
Mhm.
Both of those were 5 stars, and then we done got another 4 star that was supposed to go to it's probably a 5 star from my understanding. So like I said, we have people to throw the ball to. We don't have no. I mean, we have people to catch the ball. We don't have nobody to throw the ball.
And the crazy thing is, though, our recruiting rank ain't bad this year. That's the crazy thing
No,
about it.
it's not.
So I don't
And I say this because whatchamacallit, Hugh Freeze, the head coach from Auburn, has already said that Peyton Thorne is going to be the quarterback for next year. Which I'm like, okay, cool. You give him 2 games, and then if he don't work out, bench him for the freshman we have coming in. That's a 4 star supposedly. Or what I was really hoping for is that he would have gotten his quarterback from Liberty, which was a dual threat quarterback. Because he was in the transfer portal, but he decided to take his name back out of the transfer portal.
Right.
And I thought that. I was like, damn. Okay.
Next year gonna be crazy for sure. But yeah, I gave up hope with QB because you right. We need a QB, but we ain't gonna get one no time soon. But before we get to the topic that I want to talk about, let me ask y'all this very important question. Alabama QB. Over the holidays, Nick Saban picked up a 5-star QB, supposed to be #1 in the nation. Allegedly, I think. I don't know. I forgot. It's been a minute since I saw that post.
5-star.
But he visited a 5-star QB and he signed to Alabama. Do you think he gonna start him over Milroe? What's your thoughts?
You know Miro was a 5-star too, right?
He was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I ain't to be honest with you, I ain't heard about it until
You know though, the guy that they played when they benched Miro was a 5-star too, right?
I didn't know that. No, the
Yeah.
other dude, he was garbage. I think he was 3-star. I'm thinking about him. But
No,
I know.
the third string. The
Yeah.
third string was the third one that they
Yeah.
tried was a 3-star. The second one that they tried out was a 5-star.
Well,
And then this one, who you're talking about, is Julian Sagan, who everybody's saying is the next. I don't know, Cam Newton,
that's what they saying.
Vince Young.
Yeah, they saying he can throw.
everything under the sun.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's Nick Saban #1 priority. This coming up recruiting is giving him a QB that can throw. But
And it's going, but he already said it. He's like, if Jalen Miro coming back, he said Jalen Miro's our starting quarterback. So Jalen Miro is the starting quarterback, and I can't blame him because he tried that and tried put it in when Jalen Miro wasn't looking good. He took him out, and they looked even worse. So I might as well. What you need to do is you gotta rebuild back up your offensive line because that was really your problem in the championship game.
no, it was
your
that
offensive
center.
line.
To be honest, it was that center.
Which I don't think it's their starting center anyway. I think that's
Was
like
it?
maybe their third. I don't think so. I think that was like a left guard or a left
It
tackle. I
makes
can't
sense
remember.
because them snaps, yeah. Yeah. They could, to be honest with you, if it wasn't for them low snaps, Alabama could have won. I'm gonna just say that, to be honest.
So all you need to do is you need to go rebuild the offensive line. Make sure your defense is okay, but your defense usually is okay, and you should be straight. That's it. And get ready for Texas and Oklahoma every year.
Yep, because the Alabama, Georgia, and sadly Auburn schedule is looking tough next year. So,
Actually, Arbor is not. I'll be honest with you. Uh, because like we only have to face Texas. Alabama and Georgia has to face Texas and Oklahoma.
right.
If we get Vanderbilt this year, we get Vanderbilt and what's the other school we never play? I forgot. There's another school that we don't ever play that's always bad too in the SEC. And I said, shoot, I like this schedule. I take this every time.
We say that, and look what happened.
You right.
Well, like I said, we'll see. Cause I ain't holding no promises. Because we gonna go 3-0, and then once we hit our regional games in the middle of the season, all hell break loose. So I ain't holding up. So we'll see. But next year for the at least for the SEC, it's gonna be very interesting for college football. Now, Dad, before we start recording, you told me and LJ to look up the draft class, the NFL draft class of 2021, and you said you want to talk about it. So
Okay.
go ahead and talk to the folks what we got going on with the 2021 draft pick of the NFL.
I've been holding this in for a couple of weeks now, right? I think that I just started to say it out loud today because I didn't want to get crucified for it, right?
Right.
But look at that draft class. Is Justin Fields the best quarterback to come out of that class?
They got them. He got him at number 11, and they got Trevor Lawrence at number 1. And
It's definitely. I'm sorry, that no, it's Trevor Lawrence.
Have you seen Trevor Lawrence play lately?
let's keep it.
Hurt early in the season, like
Let's keep it real.
I know.
If we look at Justin Fields' record stats and compare them to Trevor Lawrence stats, Trevor Lawrence rookie year wasn't the best year. I think it was horrible. I think they only won like 2 games that year or 3.
I blame that on Urban Meyer.
Okay. But I don't know. Trevor Lawrence doing.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Because
real quick. Hear me out.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Because Trevor Lawrence doing amazing this year. But go, what you got? To say?
Amazing.
He doing from what Jacksonville used to be, and to where they at now. Trevor Lawrence he improved them. But what you about to say? Why LJ fixes camera?
So let me say this. Number one, people want to bring up, well, he brought back the Jacksonville Jaguars during that when they played against the Chargers in the playoffs.
Right.
The man threw 4 picks in the first half.
I remember that. He showed it. He did. And he choked too. You're right.
And to everybody in the back, 4 picks in the first half is not good.
Right.
Today, winning you're in. Trevor Lawrence threw 3 picks.
Oh, he played today? I thought he was still hurt.
And they lost. No, he played.
Oh, okay.
And they lost.
Hold on. Talking about what's your beef with Trevor Lawrence?
Right. I feel like this is some personal.
Yeah,
beef
this
you
some
have.
personal right here.
No. This is me trying to prove this point because Trevor Lawrence in college, I was rocking with Trevor Lawrence in college.
Yeah.
People might say I was too cool with him in college, but like, nah, Trevor Lawrence, he that dude, he throwing dimes and everything. I was like, dang, Trevor got it. He got the it factor. Came in the first year. Oh, what's his name? Like Red Box rental coach. I call him. Because he only stayed there for anywhere for a minute.
Right.
Can't think of his name. Urban Meyer. I blame that Urban Meyer to his immaturity for an old man or whatever. He had a bad year. Okay, they come in. The next year, like they're fighting, getting the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence, those was 4 picks, and they end up winning the game.
Right. He came back
Okay.
and won that game for them.
No, the Chargers lost that game. Don't get it twisted. The Chargers lost that game.
He came back and won that game for them.
The Chargers lost that game. Okay. The Chargers stopped being aggressive in the second half.
Let him have it, because I don't know what Trevor Lawrence did to Dad, but let him have it.
They were up 28-7 or something like that. Going to the second half, it was even more than that, like 35 or something. It was something ridiculous. And if you're the Chargers, the head coach of the Chargers should have been fired immediately after that. Immediately. But they let him stay, and then again, they get routed by the Raiders at that time. The Raiders put up 70. So, and then like whenever I see like Trevor Lawrence in like big moments, it's like he's been coming up short in the NFL. College, he was the man.
You're right.
And like in the
going
pros,
crazy.
he hasn't been that groundbreaking world beater that everybody wanted him to be. Justin Fields showed, like last year he showed out too. Last year Justin Fields has this problem to where in the first 4 weeks or 5 weeks of the season he's trash. After he gets his footing in, I don't know if he needs to stay working out every day in the summer so he keeps that hot streak going, but he doesn't do it. They were talking about the Bears having a 1 and 2 pick. They were talking about them having a 1 and 2 pick, but now the Bears won like 7-8 games this year.
And also too, he need to stay healthy because he keep on getting injured a lot.
Yeah. But like I think personally, now I'm not saying it's a wide margin. I'm not saying it's a wide margin.
Right.
But to me, Trevor Lawrence is the second best quarterback in that draft.
I got you. I'll say this. I think the reason why Trevor Lawrence is number one because he went undefeated in high school. If I'm not mistaken, he lost one game in Clemson, right? Or he went undefeated in Clemson too, then, or no?
Yeah, the game they lost, he wasn't playing.
Okay, so he went undefeated while he was in Clemson. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why I say he was so high. It's because he was undefeated and how they were blowing people out when he was in Clemson. Because when he was in Clemson, he was putting up some crazy numbers. Clemson was like Michigan, where they were, or not Michigan. Clemson was like Oregon, where they were getting like 50, 60, damn near 70 points a game, and he was throwing that ball. But I think that's the only reason why he was so high. It's because he was undefeated in high school, basically undefeated while he was at Clemson. When he was playing, had amazing stats, and yeah. But that always happened because look at Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud is the one that's balling right now.
Right. So that to be honest with you, that always happened.
But he's balling because his team is more complete, though.
So who do you think has a more complete team? The Jaguars or the Bears?
Who is his offensive weapon on the Jaguars?
Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram.
Kevin really old.
Travis Etienne. Tank Bigsby.
I'll say if Fields was to stay healthy and stop getting injured, he would have been up the breaker would have been better. I'll say that. But he constantly gets hurt though. Where Trevor Lawrence, he only get hurt maybe once or twice.
Trevor Lawrence, I just looked up his injury report. He has an injury to his throwing shoulder
Right.
and a high ankle sprain that he's been playing through since week 13. Now, you can say whatever you want about the ankle sprain. It's an ankle sprain. But an injury to your throwing shoulder is kind of a big deal.
Wasn't there an investigation for that? Or that was a different. I think that was a different thing. Wasn't it?
That was Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Joe Burrow. Yeah, okay.
Because Joe Burrow got crunched again.
He got hurt during the
I need the Bengals to go get him off this one. I don't care
He
how much
shouldn't
money
even
you pay
play.
him.
That man got hurt during the offseason, came back, got hurt, then came back, got hurt. Yeah,
Anyway,
Go ahead, OJ. Go ahead.
all I'm gonna say is no. From what I've seen, looking at the two quarterbacks, I understand he gets better during the season. That's fine. If I'm in a last minute situation and I need somebody to throw a touchdown to me, I'm picking Trevor Lawrence rather than Justin Fields.
So if you was a GM, you would keep the same pick? If the last
Yes.
minute decision, Trevor Lawrence.
Yes. Now who needs to be looked at is Jets picking Zach Wilson. The 49ers picking Trey Lance.
Moved up to get Trey Lance.
Moved up to get Trey Lance. And that's really it because that was the two quarterbacks. There was three quarterbacks taken before him. All 1, 2, 3. And none of them was Justin Fields. Those last two really need to look in the mirror at themselves and be like, damn, we messed up. Because they did. Picking Zach Wilson and Trey Lance. Zach Wilson, all he does is talk to moms, and Trey Lance don't do nothing.
You got a point. But
All he does now is sit on the bench for Dak Prescott.
like I said, you got a point. So
Trey Lance lost his job to the most irrelevant pick. That's who he lost his job to. Brock Purdy only making I think they say he's making
now
$849K
let's just
a
keep
year.
let's
Plus
just keep it
incentives. The incentives are keeping him afloat, really.
Let's-
Where the $849K is more than enough.
Let's keep
But
it-
he getting these incentives too now, and I'm like, y'all when his contract comes up, y'all better pay that man double.
let's keep it real.
Double.
He
Triple.
shocked him. He shocked himself when he replaced because he was the last pick. They damn near almost made a whole documentary when he was taking them to the damn playoffs or close to the Super Bowl, and he was just as surprised as himself and like, damn, I did not expect me to be this good in the playoffs in the NFL. Came back, took the opening position, and now look where he at. San Francisco pretty much on top. And like you said, it's gonna be either triple or 4 times as much as what he getting paid now because
I need somebody to pay him.
whoever his agent is need to be writing up a contract right now that's damn near 5 times as much as he's getting paid right now.
How much Lamar gets paid? Who's the highest paid quarterback
Lamar.
right now? It's
Yeah,
Lamar,
it's
right?
Lamar, yeah.
He needs to be making
Similar,
as much as Lamar.
close to it, yeah. Cause how much he got left on his rookie contract? About 2 years, 3,
I think a year left.
a year left.
Probably
Because
2
they
years.
like 3 to 4. It's 3 to 4 years, but my understanding is once you get in those later rounds, it's really only like 3 years.
Trust me, whoever he needs to get with Jalen Hurts' agent or Lamar Jackson's agent, and
Somebody.
and they need to come up with a contract. Cause like I said, he even himself was surprised how good he was, and yeah, he transformed. Well, he ain't transformed, but he pretty much he need to be making at least 5 times as much as his rookie contract. So whoever
Lamar Jackson does have an agent.
He doesn't.
Oh right,
Oh
he
yeah, he
doesn't.
doesn't have an agent.
Because he
Yeah.
did that whole thing that right because I do
Yeah.
remember. I mean, I was clowning him for not having an agent.
And now
I
he's
was.
the richest. But he need to talk to Lamar or get with Jalen Hurts. That's all I know.
No, he needs to go get him an agent. I don't care what anybody says. I still think Lamar was dumb for not having an agent. I will that
But
on my
in the end though,
deathbed. I will say that.
LJ, in the end it worked out in his favor because they're the number one.
Only
right now.
because Baltimore realized we really need Lamar Jackson to win these games and get a playoff win, or I mean, get in the Super Bowl.
Right.
We really need him.
But,
So let's just give him the money because he don't know what he's doing.
we'll see. I'm definitely keeping an eye on the Ravens.
And I'm not saying he's dumb. Before somebody says you're saying that man is dumb and he don't know, no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I don't know everything. He doesn't know everything. You don't know what all those inner workings that go on with those contracts and things like that. I want somebody who knows what they're doing.
You right.
That's what I'm saying. You will want like a financial manager. I don't know nothing about stocks. So what will I go do? I will go find me a financial manager who knows stuff about stocks, so I can at least learn for what I need to do, and they can either back me up and say like, oh yeah, that's a good deal, or be like, maybe you want to wait a little bit. Right? That's what I'm saying. You sometimes need that. You don't. Sometimes listening to your family isn't the greatest option.
You most definitely got a point. You got a point. We said that part. Most definitely got a point, but we'll see. Cause like I said, I'm keeping my eyes on the Ravens because they just going berserk.
So preliminary Super Bowl picks.
Most definitely not Kansas City.
Hey, timeout.
No,
I wouldn't put it past it though.
you right. Cause when it comes to playoffs, I don't know what's going on with Patrick Mahomes, but that man turned into Tom Brady 2.0, so you got a point. But I'll say the Ravens. I don't know. I'm still deciding on the other part, but I'll say the Ravens.
I got the Ravens and the Niners.
That's who I have. I have
I
the
think,
Ravens and the
yeah,
Niners.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. That's the only, to be honest with you. Unless somebody get hurt. Well, I don't think he's going to get hurt unless he get hurt. But.
Because as much as these Dallas Cowboys fans would love to say, you're not beating the 49ers, and I don't even know if you really beat the Eagles in the playoffs.
Bro,
because I do not trust the Cowboys in the playoffs.
LJ, I told you this last year. We all know. I think Dad even said this too. We all know when it comes to playoff season, Dak choke. He gonna choke. I guarantee he gonna choke either the first round or second round. He's not finna make the division tournament. He's not tournament.
Well, they already made it because they're gonna clinch the division. So
Oh yeah.
they make it. They made it past the first.
But
They
either way it goes-
they don't have to play water cards.
Either way it go, they not finna win. Point blank. They not. But we'll see, because that's a whole nother topic for another day. But Dad, what you gotta say to these good folks so we can go watch the football?
Hey, happy New Year to everybody, to all the people who follow us, and I appreciate all y'all. Thank you.
LJ, what you gotta say to these folks?
Thanks for listening. We see y'all next time. New year, same us.
And my closing remarks is this: NFL gonna be a good playoff season. Auburn will never get a QB as long as we stay in the SEC. And
That don't make no sense. I just want you to know that.
huh?
I said that don't make no sense. I just want you to know
Because we get Alabama, Georgia, now we got Texas and Oklahoma.
that. There's way too many quarterbacks that we could go find. It's just nobody's go look for them. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'll be a scout. I can find them. I can promise them an NIL deal.
I wouldn't trust you to go scout a paper bag.
But and Lakers and Lakers and Warriors, I don't know what to say.
I say just trade coaches. That's all. That's all.
We don't know what to say about them. To be honest, which is crazy that both their dynasty are falling right now. It's crazy.
Where the Lakers didn't have a
They
dynasty.
didn't.
They were just trying to get a couple of championships with LeBron because they
Right.
had LeBron and AD.
Right.
And then they realized, oh, LeBron's 36 years old and we got him playing 20, 30 minutes a game. AD gets hurt every time he goes up for a shot.
He step on the ground, right? But we'll see what that going on. And the TikToks will be starting up very soon. Still doing a little bit of work going on. I think the work should be easing up about 2 to 3 weeks from now, hopefully. So we're gonna push out the TikTok videos again. I just gotta get over the holiday rush at my job. So yeah, I stay on the lookout for the TikToks. But other than that, man, my name is Randall, and with me, as always, my boy LJ and the OG Dad himself. And together we go by the name of the 2 for 1 Special Podcast. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed this episode. And once again, Happy New Year. Hopefully, y'all had a good holiday. And we will catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.
Peace. Okay, I'll be right